This video will demonstrate how to insert a line in the Quantab Excel sheet program, and then once this is done, we'll transfer this quantity block over into MicroStation with that added line. First thing that we're going to go ahead and do is between rows 4 and 5, we're going to go ahead and insert a line in between here. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and right click over row number 5, and I'm going to go ahead and select Insert. And now you'll see that you have the row inserted in there. The next thing that we're going to do is to type in a number inside here. That way, whenever it maps it over into MicroStation, it knows what that row height should be. I'm going to go ahead and use 0.25 for this example. So I'm going to go ahead and select A number 5. I'm going to go ahead and type in 0.25 and just left click on the screen somewhere to accept it. Next thing that I'm going to do is to put in my lines through here to kind of break out each of these columns. Right now, if I toggle off my grid, you'll see that I do not have lines that break out between the columns. So I'm going to go ahead and make a selection set in the Excel program from B5 all the way across to H5. Once I have that area selected for this quantity block that I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and right click over the area and select Format Cells. Then underneath the Border tab, you have some options here where you can put in the border. Since I want to break out each of these columns, I'm going to go ahead and insert a line that breaks out each of these columns. So I'm going to go ahead and select the style that I want, which I'm going to go ahead and select this continuous line style to kind of match what's out there already. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in that line, either by selecting it inside this area here by left clicking. I'm going to go ahead and undo it, or you can actually select one of these icons down below here depending on what line that you want to do. So I'll go ahead and select it. I'm going to go ahead and click on OK. I'll left click on the screen somewhere on a different cell. And now if I toggle off the grid, you'll see that I have those rows broken out. Toggle the grid back on. Now what I'm going to do is put in the text inside here for this example. So I'm just going to go ahead and right click over this area right here over one of the pieces of text, maybe to match it. I'm going to go ahead and copy it, and then I'll do the same thing up here. Let's go to B number 5. I'll go ahead and right click over that cell there. I'm going to go ahead and paste it. So I'll select paste, and I have that text inside there now. Now what I'm going to do is type in the text that I want. And for this example, I'm just going to go ahead and type in line 020 to refer back to another sheet. So I got that typed in, everything looks good. I'm going to go ahead and right click over this one here. I'm going to go ahead and paste it to the rest of these across here. So I'll right click over the area. I'm going to do a copy. And I could do it to each one separately, but I'm going to go ahead and do it to all of them. So I'm going to select B5 all the way across to H number 5. Make those cells selected. I'm going to go ahead and right click over the area, and I'm going to paste it. And now you'll see that I have all those pasted inside there. Now I'm going to go in here and edit those pieces of text accordingly to what needs to be done for this sheet. So I'm going to go in here and modify these real quick. And I have all that edited. Everything looks good in the Excel sheet. I'm finished with it. I inserted everything. I made my modifications that I need to have done to it. Before I actually map it over into MicroStation, I'm going to go ahead and do the auto size columns. That way my columns are sized correctly. So I'll go ahead and click on that icon right there, or size it up all my rows. And then now if I'm ready to bring it over to MicroStation, I'm going to go ahead and select Run. Files are done. Everything looks good. Ran properly. I'll click on OK. And then now if I go back into MicroStation, and I'm in my standard sheet for my quantities, I'm going to go ahead and go over one of the areas here, over one of the borders that I want to insert this quantity block. And then now if I'm ready to bring it over, I'll go to my add-ons, Excel to MicroStation, or you can go to your tools through here, your text tools, and you can get it there also. It's your option. So I'll go ahead and select that. It's going to give you the information to pick a point where you want to begin the upper left corner of the quantity block. Just click on OK to that. I'll go out on the screen somewhere to left click to drop off the quantity block. And now your quantity block is out there with the inserted line that you had from the Excel sheet.